What's good, everyone? I know I'm showing up unannounced, but that's what happens because you can't plan with Zesco. So it's good to be out here. I know I always show up on Tuesday for this conversation, but we've skipped it a bit. So just be ready. It's gonna be random, but if we can make it happen on Tuesdays, we'll make it happen on Tuesdays. But I'm good to be out here today. So please let me know what city, what country you guys are joining in from as we get started with this excellent conversation. So I hope you're ready. So Tuesdays, we usually talk about business, personal development, personal growth, and everything in between. So I hope you're ready for the conversation because I am ready. So just type out your name so that I can see who's joining in uh, on the broadcast as I'm trying to share on my end. So I'm just doing my quick shares so I can invite in people to join in and be part of our broadcast today. So I'm just doing my quick shares. Like always, we don't take so much time. All right, I got it. So I'm just doing my quick shares and then we can get started. So type out your city, your name, where you guys joining in from. Type out your city, your name. Where are you guys joining in from? I want to know. So I'm just doing my quick shares. I'm doing my quick shares and we're going to get started. Okay. So type out your name. I can see some comments out there. Peter Kadoch, how you doing? Good to have you. Thank you for coming in and being part of our conversation. It's been a long time we had a conversation, but it's good to see you out here today. So please share with me what city, what country are you guys joining in from? What city, what country are you guys joining in from? What city are you guys joining from? I can see Peter. Who else is in the house? Please type it out, put it out there. Put it out there, type it out there. I want to see who's joining in and who's coming in. Let's have a good one. Let's have a good conversation. So today we're talking about something interesting that I know one way or the other, this really gets to affect you. So, um, you know, none of us is exempted from our conversation today, and we're talking about, and I think we're going to do a series on this topic, financial freedom, entrepreneur, investor, because I think a lot of us need to get to that place where we have full understanding of the power of just understanding your finances, and really making an investment. Because I think each one of us has to find ourselves, if you got to live the life on your terms and the life of your dreams, if you've got a life you desire and you dream to be a game changer, this is just going to be one of the most powerful things to really do, learn, and master. You gotta master, all these powerful things about investing and being an entrepreneur, because I think that's the most powerful thing to really change the game and change your life, because each one of us needs to know and understand it. So I'm going to start with the quote that I shared earlier on, and it says, "The philosophy of the rich and the poor is this: the rich invest their money and spend what is left, the poor spend their money and invest what is left." And trust me, most people find themselves on this path. Most people find themselves in this space, where you are really spending, and you're not really investing and building up and developing the things that you're supposed to be developing to be able to create the success. So this is a philosophy, and each one of you must develop your own philosophy, but you cannot develop this philosophy on your terms, because there are rules and that govern the the success in these spaces. So if you're going to become successful, you have to get to a place where you really start developing the philosophy. And before you develop a personal philosophy, you got to make sure you align yourself to the people that have gone ahead of you, people that have created the success that will be a game changer for you. So you have to get to a place where you have an understanding and know that you 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 know. So that's the most critical thing for you to be able to understand. And it's we always talk about, anybody that really doesn't desire to talk about money, financial freedom, something is wrong, because your bills are committed each and every day, each and every week, each and every month. Like they show up each and every day. They are fully committed. So if you're not thinking of ways to be able to create the financial freedom so that you have more month, so that you have more money than you have more month, because most people live on more month than they have money. You have to start changing your mindset on how you do all of those things and how you change the game, because that's really, really, really critical for you to be able to be who you're supposed to be. So we're going to start with the first point, as we cover and have this conversation. And the first point is understand the value of learning before investing. And I think I shared some of the things that I get the most from people is people always say, oh, coach, I have this amount of money. I want to invest. I want to do a business. I want to be financially free. And one of the things I've always said is go learn, get the wisdom, because sometimes people rush and go and make investments that end up crashing. So investing in knowledge pays the best interest. So if you want to get the best interest, is investing in the knowledge. Do you understand what you want to set up? Do you want to understand what you need to do? So before you start a business, make it a priority to educate yourself. Many entrepreneurs lose money because they rush into decisions without a deep understanding of the market. Learning first is a wise investment in itself. So a lot of people jump in and you lose money and you say, oh, entrepreneurship doesn't work. Business doesn't work. No, it works. It's just that you didn't have the knowledge. You didn't take the time to really understand and get to a place where you learn before you jump into getting in a space where you're starting to invest and do all the things that you are supposed to do. So go out there, get the knowledge, get as much knowledge as you can. But again, don't get too much knowledge and you're paralyzed, because some of you just get knowledge, and little applications. So you're just getting the knowledge, but there's no application. So you are learning, but you are not applying the things that you're learning. And this is where you see so many people that can talk big stuff. They're just practically philosophers, but they don't know how to run and make things happen. All they do is talk, because they can talk from morning until evening, but they don't have the skill. They don't know how to jump in and do the things that they're supposed to do, as an entrepreneur, in whatever space they are in. So you gotta understand that. So the second one is recognize common entrepreneurial challenges. So you have to learn all of those things. So the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. A lot of people talk too much. Like you've been talking for 10 years. You've been saying the same stuff over and over and over and over and over. You have been going through the whole process of just talk, but little or no action at all. So the best way to get started is quit talking and begin doing. I always tell people, if you just want to talk, I'm not your person. I believe in doing the work. So you can't just keep talking and you're not taking any action. I'm not even interested. I don't even want to listen to you. If all we are going to do is talk and not take actions, I don't even want to listen to you. Finding a business idea is just the beginning. Understanding if it's feasible, viable, and scalable is where many struggle. We help you turn ideas into action, guiding you through the early challenges. So you got to understand all of those things. So it's one thing to say, I want to do a business, but is this business viable? Is it scalable? You have to understand all of those things. So you can't be out here listening to every motivational speaker and you're just jumping like, you're jumping off the knife bridge at the Victoria Falls. You got to have an understanding. You got to take time to study. You got to do the work, put in the work that is required. All of us just want to have fancy business cards, but with no work. You gotta do what you need to do. So you have to understand all of those things for you to become really successful and be that entrepreneur that you are supposed to be. Hey, Lynn, what's happening? Good to have you. Welcome. Thank you for joining in. Glad you're learning. Glad you're getting all the wisdom that there is to get. So those are critical things you have to do. You know. So we're gonna go on to the third point: avoid the risks of unprepared business ventures. Uh, you know, uh, by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. That's Benjamin Franklin. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. You know, that's very, very, very key. Don't be in a hurry. Preparation is key. Jumping into business without a solid plan is like setting out, on a journey without a map. Preparation is key to avoid pitfalls and steering your business toward success. Jumping into a business without a solid plan is like setting out on a journey without a map. How are you going to a destination you don't know? How are you going to a place you have no understanding? Because it's exciting and everyone, you're highly motivated, you gotta have a plan. You need to be prepared. You gotta be ready for the journey. You have to know where you are going. You have to know what you're doing. You can't just go out there and just do whatever everybody else is doing. You gotta, be prepared. You gotta have an understanding. You gotta know where you're going. You gotta know what's the plan. So if you're gonna be an investor, you're gonna be an entrepreneur. I heard something that I'll never forget. Somebody said, not everyone may be an entrepreneur, but everyone must be enterprising. The word job stands for just over broke. There's no way you're going to live the life of your dream through your salary. You have to understand that there's a lot more that you need to do. You need to understand, as you jump into this space of becoming an entrepreneur, you're becoming an investor, you have to start searching for opportunities. I'm talking about legit opportunities, not just, again, a lot of you just jump into every business because you find somebody doing chickens, you jump in the chicken business. Find people with a proven record. If you're saying I can't run the business now, find somebody who's doing the business, somebody that has a track record. Every business is a risk, but find somebody who has a track record so they can help you run and push the things that you're supposed to do. And that's why you gotta be in a circle where, I think I posted something, I think was it 2 years ago. It says a group of people hanging out together and not making money is called a non-profit making organization. So if your circle is not helping you get the money, you're practically a non-profit making organization. You don't have a circle, you got a cage, a broke cage. you know, so so you have to get to a place where you have an understanding. You have to get to a place where you're gonna do what needs to be done for you to create the success. It because look, the cost of living is not even gonna get any slower. It may not happen in a day. You must understand that you gotta show up every day, find opportunities. Entrepreneurial success or business success is not just about how much money you have, it's your mindset. As you're getting into business, it's how you think, it's how you're processing things. So I know some of you says, oh, but I can't start a business now. Invest in an already running business, or buy a business. If you have the means and the capacity, buy a business, invest in something that is running. But you have to make informed decisions, and sometimes your friends, your sisters, your boo, your family are not the best business advisors. Just because they love you doesn't mean they can give you business, ideas. They can give you everything that you need for you to be able to be successful in whatever you're doing. So when we say speak to proven people, people that can help you scale, it's people that can help you vet, that can give you the wisdom that will save you a lot of drama as you go out there and build whatever you're building. You need to get to that place where you have that understanding and do the things that you are supposed to do. So lastly, as I check out, embrace a supportive and guided approach. That's very, very very key. Surround yourself with a trusted and loyal team. It makes all the difference. That's very key. Entrepreneurship can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. With our supportive and guided approach, you will have the help it takes for you to be able to create the success. And if you need to be able to create the success you need the right people. You need the right team. You need people that can help you. You need people that can push you to go to the next level. That's very, 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 very key. So remember, it's up to you to create the financial freedom that is needed for you to be successful, for you to create the life of your dreams. It's on you. You gotta make the decision. You have to make the decision and do what it requires for you to be who you are and to create the success that you need and be the entrepreneur you are about to be. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I know I'm supposed to come every Tuesday, but life happens. So I'm out here on Wednesday. So I hope we can find a consistent way to be able to show up on Tuesdays for business and Saturdays. Saturdays are actually challenging because practically you're in the dark and you can't come in to do the other part of what we do every week. So I hope you guys, this has been very helpful. And please go and do what you can. Start thinking like an entrepreneur, start thinking like an investor, and you can live the life of your dream. And don't wait, too late to be able to do the things that you're supposed to do. You have this opportunity now to go out and crush it and do the things that you are passionate about in everything that you are doing. So I'll leave out here. Hey, Kaching, what's up? Good to have you. Thank you for joining in, guys. I'll talk to you soon. I gotta go and work.